Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Yaliali. In this incarnation, I am here today to talk about the full moon in Sagittarius that we are going to have on May 23rd. This is going to be given in the degree 2 with 55 minutes. We could say that is degree 3. So people that this lunation is falling in their angular houses 4, 7, 1, 10 of mutable signs, Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Virgo, they are going to feel it stronger. And also people that have planets between the degree 0 to 7 of mutable signs. So it is a very interesting closure of a cycle of 6 months, which is every full moon. I'm going to put the chart on the screen for you to see. There is no full moon in Sagittarius without the sun in Gemini. We are going to start the Gemini season very soon on May 20th. Both of them are creating fluid aspects with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. Other thing very, very important is that Jupiter, which is the regent of this lunation, is making this conjunction with Venus, the planet of desires of the soul, the planet of relationships and resources. It is perfecting the conjunction this same day on the degree 29. And they also, this same day, both of them are perfecting the sextile with Neptune in Pisces. The same day, Venus is going to move to Gemini, but we are going to talk about that later in another video. So all the transpersonal planets are participating of this cycle, and I think this is a very particular quality because, Venus and Jupiter are coming from this conjunction with Uranus. By that moment, they are going to be like more far away, but still in order of mathematical degrees. And they are doing this aspect with Neptune and also the Sun and the Moon with Pluto. And also, in mathematical degrees, Venus and Jupiter, they are also like creating this aspect with Pluto, a trine. But, I wanted to clarify certain things before starting to talk about the Sagittarius archetype. When transpersonal planets are participating, they operate under forces that exceed the individual desires of our egos, and they operate to fit in a fit that in the grand scheme of a collective and planetary purpose. So the fact that we are having fluid aspects helps us to flow better precisely with those experiences. I am saying this because Pluto is still Pluto, This is linked with transformation, but in a different way. I'm going to talk about in a minute. And also the conjunction of Venus and Jupiter that is given in the degree 29, Neptune is in the degree 29 of Pisces, has been there for a while, and it is considered in astrology a karmic degree, an heretic, I don't know the word in English, but I'm going to look up for that later. It is a karmic degree. The planets are in the doorstep between signs, so there is a quality of dissolution, things that have to be left behind, and also certain mastery about the energy, lessons that have to be acquired. That could be, challenging in certain way. But, let's go to the energy of Sagittarius, which I said its regent is Jupiter. So Sagittarius is very linked with expansion. That's why it is very linked with, travel abroad, the foreign things, because we can expand our visions, we can expand our knowledge through experiences. It is very linked with this wisdom that we extract through exploration too. It is linked with abundance because Jupiter, and also is an energy that rules the thought systems, the belief systems. As much as we are talking about the spiritual wisdom, the spiritual knowledge, but also, the dogmas and ideologies. So these are things that are going to be moved in the collectively. Also, Sagittarius is very linked with the truth, with this inner truth, with this inner certainty, with the trust in our path and the divine purpose, the sense of the experiences. And it is important to mention that from our human experiences, we don't have the truth, the absolute truth, because, you know, that is a revelation that happens when we are elevating our consciousness, but we are all perceiving in a certain way from distortions from our belief systems, our thought systems, and all the perceptions that we are sustaining from ourselves and in relation with the outside, with the world. And this Master Jesus that left us this wonderful phrase, he had that capacity of transmitting very profound teachings, in very short phrases. And when he said, "I am the way, the life, and the truth," he was saying that the I, which is the identity, at service of the am, which is the inner self, the being, the spirit. When we enter in that journey, which is infinite, we are accessing to the truth and to inner certainties through that inner journey, which is also linked with experiencing things on the outside. So that way we reveal truth, but it is an infinite journey, because in order to have the absolute truth, we have to perceive the all, the entire universe. So, I think it is important to, take this in account, because the shadow of Sagittarius is, to believe that my truth, for example, has to be the truth of everyone. And it doesn't work like this. And we all see, we are all having a certain level of distortion, a great level of distortion. In fact, we are, in this world, just experimenting. So, other thing that I wanted to mention is that Sagittarius has this archetype that is linked with the bridge, the train, the river. All of these things are archetypes of Sagittarius, which means that they have a course, a direction, just like the narrow, So for many of us, what is going to be revealed is the sense and the direction that we have to assume, linked with our divine purpose on earth. So in different levels, for each one is going to be different. But other thing is that is important to take in account is that we will have to open ourselves to new perspectives and new ideas. The knowledge of Sagittarius is linked with a transcendental knowledge. And the knowledge of Gemini is something that we extract, in the environment, talking with the neighbors, talking with your brothers and sisters. But with Jupiter in Gemini, we are going to understand that we can extract transcendental knowledge in our immediate environment. We are going to talk about that later in another video. I'm going to do a specific video of Jupiter. But this is going to be very important also to open ourselves to new perspectives and new ideas. To not wanting to impose our truth, nor to ourselves. Even to ourselves. That's what I was trying to say. And this process, assuming this path, assuming this purpose, is going to require for us to make a transformation and to assume a new level of power that maybe, cause us fear. With Pluto in Aquarius, that could cause us fear. That could be something that we are afraid to face. But we will have to do it. and we are having these fluid aspects because the sky is like giving this hand to us. We have to implement these new ideas and these new ways in our processes. And with the conjunction of Venus and... before talking about that, I wanted to mention that in the collective, this will not also affect like ideologies and these kind of things. Pluto is very linked with the power of the people. I explained this in another video, how in reality we are talking about the power of consciousness. This is what is awakened in this planetary ascension. And this is going to affect, when Jupiter enters in Gemini, we are going to see the first, and we are going to be seeing an amplified way how the educational system is obsolete. and this is going to be affected too, and we are going to and we have been seeing this, and here in Argentina is happening, and I know that in other parts of the world too, there are a lot of movement linked with the educational system. But we have to understand that as much as the economic and politics and everything is built from an old paradigm, so right now we are called to build new systems that are based on conscious basis, on conscious foundations. And this is going to be very, very clear by 2025, in which we will have the first entrance of Uranus in Gemini. But, well, today I am not going to enter there. I just wanted to mention that the educational system is something that is going to could emerge, with all this with these transits and with this full moon, and the fact that the people could be resisting to assume new levels of power too, and to let go of an old system as much as we individuals could resist to implement certain changes in our experience and assume our new ways of power. This is a projection. Everything that is built in the collective is a projection of us individuals. So now I am going to come back to what I was about to say. The conjunction of Jupiter and Venus, it is very linked with a moment where we want to expand and to bring to earth the changes that we, with Uranus, that we were called to descend to this plane. We want to expand them. We want to expand the desires of the soul too. This is very linked with that. And this is very linked with a reconciliation with this aspect with Neptune, a reconciliation with ourselves, a reconciliation with life. This is about enable the healing. This is about forgiveness, compassion, empathy. But also, for many people, a great wish could materialize, a great dream could materialize. And that could be linked with relationships too. Or for other people, this could be linked with understanding what they have to descend in their own path in order to materialize those desires of the soul. With detachment also of those desires. I think it is important to take into account this part. And we know that there are a lot of souls, you can call it twin flames, soulmates, it doesn't matter actually the label, but there are souls in here, incarnating in here, that came with an individual purpose and a shared purpose that is not only beneficial for them, but also for the collective. So I think this lunation is going to redirect those souls, in their path, in their direction, in their divine purpose. Well, I think it is a very interesting lunation that we have here. I'm going to talk about more about this the next week, but today I'm going to close this video. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.